Hey friends, my name is Matt Curtis and I'm on the team here at Kingdom One. I'm really excited about what we're doing this Giving Tuesday. We're trying to flip the script a little bit and we are giving away a talent. A talent represents 16 hours of work in an area or a proficiency that your church needs help. It could be Marcom, it could be IT, it could be online ministry, maybe it's HR or accounting. Whatever it is, your church likely has an opportunity to grow in one of those areas. And so we got you covered. I will tell you how to get your name in the running right after this video. This next video that's going to play is going to be one of two things. It's either going to be an encouragement because it's been a bumpy year, we get it, or it's going to be a resource. We recognize that we're not always equipped in the trenches to do the jobs that we're assigned. And so a big value of Kingdom One is to create tools and resources that you can take and implement right away. So I will see you on the other side. Hey, church leaders, I wanted to take a minute to encourage you. You may not feel like you're making all the right decisions this year. You may not feel like you actually have made any right decisions this year. I feel like pastors are in a particularly precarious spot because there's really nothing that you can do that makes everyone happy. And you know what? That's okay, because our mission isn't to make people happy. That's not what God called us to. That's not what God called you to as a leader of a church, as a pastor, as you shepherd a congregation. And so I want you to hear that we at Kingdom One have spent time in the trenches in ministry. Some of us are still on ministry staff teams. Some of us are not, but have spent many years doing that and in those roles. And we see the work that you're doing. We see your love for the church. We see the way that you're caring for your congregation. We see the way that you are wrestling over making good decisions for your people. We see that, and we're thankful for that. So I want you to hear that you're seen in those things, but I also want you to hear that God has called us to be faithful. God hasn't called us to get good recommendations on our referral program, to have 5 stars on Yelp or good Facebook reviews. That's not what He's called us to. He's called us to be faithful. And so know that even though it feels like you're sowing seeds in a field at night right now, you don't know if anybody's listening, you don't know if anybody's watching, you don't know if God's working, because you're not seeing those tangible evidences that you're used to seeing. Know that God is active and that God is working. In the midst of your fatigue, in the midst of being tired from a really, really long marathon with no water guy or Gatorade guy handing you something to give you a little boost, God's still working. There have been stories that I've heard of people, even in our own church, the church where I serve, that have not been on a church campus. They have accepted Christ, wanted to pursue baptism, and also wanted to become a member of the church, all in this span of pandemic, stay at home, not gathering in person. And so stories like that are so encouraging to me, because while this is not the roadmap any of us would have drawn up, it's the one that we're on right now. And yet God is still working. He's still moving in the hearts of people. So I just want you to hear from me, thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for pursuing Christ. Thank you for pursuing a faithful life and modeling for your people what it means to love God in the midst of a really complex season. You made it. Good to see you on the other side. Hopefully that was an encouragement to you in the midst of a challenging ministry season, or it's a resource that you can practically implement into the way that you minister. Now about that talent, because I know that's why you're really here. It's real easy. Go to kingdom1.co/Giving Tuesday. You're going to see 2 giant words. You're going to see give and you're going to see get. If you do either of those things, your name is going to be in the running to win a free talent. Giving is a donation to Kingdom One. It's tax deductible. We're a 501c3, all of that good stuff. But that money is going to develop more of the resources and tools like the ones that we gave away today. We are passionate about creating these tools and resources. All of us on the Kingdom One team have served in the trenches in the local church as staff at some point in time. I've been on a church staff for over 16 years, and I can't tell you the number of times I've had to punt a project that I think is really important because Sunday's coming. We have something that's on our plates that's pushing us toward completion, and it's not this long-term beneficial project. That's what Kingdom One wants to do. We want to accomplish those things. We want to develop resources that help the church be more effective because we believe in it so deeply, and we recognize that it's nearly impossible to get all those things done internally as a church. So that's what you're giving to. You're giving to that accomplishment of those tasks and building the foundation to be able to get those things done. The get side is also pretty cool. That's where you get access to the resources that we've already created and are giving away. Just put in your information. It's not a ton of stuff, but it lets us get in touch with you. And there you go. You have access to all of the resources that we've produced up to this point. That's what we're about. We're about resourcing the local church to be more effective at her mission. Good luck.